I got a call from a coordinator who said, "Did you know you were triple negative?" And that's when all those minus signs popped in my head, and I said, "No, but if you have to tell me that, that must mean it's pretty bad." And she said, "Well, it means you have aggressive breast cancer."
Melanie Mowry was still reeling from the shock of a cancer diagnosis when a doctor suggested she go on a clinical trial for treating triple-negative breast cancer. She thought it meant she had no hope.
I thought, well, maybe there was something in my medical record that made them think, oh, she's not going to make it, so let's just try a few things and see what happens. And I just thought it was a gamble.
Melissa Miller was facing a second bout with breast cancer and was very open to the idea that a clinical trial could offer her a good choice.
When they went to go treat it, they offered the clinical trial. And at that time, of course, it was a no-brainer for me. I already knew that's what I wanted to do.
These women are both breast cancer survivors, but their experiences are quite different. What they have in common is that they both made the decision to go on a clinical trial. Today, there are many more things doctors can do to treat breast cancer, thanks to what we've learned from clinical trials.
Clinical trials are important because this is how we improve on what we have. This is how we discover new drugs that help treat women with cancer. Drugs like tamoxifen, which is a drug that saved thousands and thousands of women, came about because of women participating in clinical trials many years ago.
Doctors and researchers are working hard to come up with better drugs, surgeries, and radiation treatments to fight cancer. Patients can sometimes benefit from these treatments and help in the discovery of new ones by joining a cancer research study or a clinical trial. Cancer clinical trials test new ways to treat cancer, manage symptoms of cancer, and manage treatment side effects. Clinical trials help researchers find out if new treatments are safe and work better than current treatments. When you take part in a clinical trial, you help make cancer care better.
Even if it doesn't help me, it'll help not even just my daughters, but somebody else's daughters. I'm not here for just mine. I'm here for whoever it can help.
Both Melissa and Melanie decided that a clinical trial not only gave them the best treatment option available, but also could help other breast cancer patients.
Even though some people will ask me, well, how'd you feel about being a lab rat? I'm like, well, I'm not a rat. I said I didn't feel like, I was being experimented upon. I said I felt that I was actually making history, and good history, for wiping out breast cancer.
There's many reasons that women may want to enroll in a clinical trial. One of the reasons is that you're helping to develop a drug that's going to be available for future generations that can help treat breast cancer better. Another reason is that you get access to a drug that you otherwise would not have been able to use. And finally, you get very closely followed on a clinical trial. You have a tight care team that's watching you closely to make sure that you're tolerating the drug and not having side effects.
Before you start a clinical trial, you'll be given a document called an informed consent that spells out the drugs, procedures, and tests you may get in the trial. You're given time to ask questions and review the form with your family. If you agree to go forward with a trial, you and your doctor sign the form, and you'll be given a copy of it.
Anything you don't know about, you're going to be a little scared about. But once you find out, education is the best thing. And as soon as you get the information you need, you'll be able to make a good, clear decision.
And even after signing it, you can opt out.
Women who decide that they do want to enroll in a clinical trial might decide later that this isn't the right fit for them. They have the freedom at any point to decide to come off of the trial and continue to get treated by their team.
In some clinical trials, patients are put into groups that get different treatments. The way people are placed into a group is called randomization. Randomization is like the flip of a coin. The possibility of getting heads is the same as the possibility of getting tails. One group gets the new treatment, the other group gets the same medicines and treatments they would get if they did not join a clinical trial. Both groups get treatment for their cancer. Since being put into treatment groups is like flipping a coin, doctors are able to learn which treatment is really the best, the regular medicine or the new one.
That's one of the stories that was going through my mind, was this is going to be kind of like the Tuskegee version of cancer care, where I'm going to get a placebo, not know what's going on, and next thing I know, I'm dead.
Women often have concerns about what kind of treatment they're receiving on a clinical trial and if they're receiving a placebo treatment. It's important to understand that everyone is getting treated on a clinical trial. Some women may be receiving a drug that we routinely use. Other women may be receiving the new drug that we're trying to learn more about, but everyone is getting treated.
The reality of a study is you're very closely monitored, and with cancer, one of the things you do want to know is somebody's watching, and they're getting results, or they're looking for how you're responding to treatment.
So working on a clinical trial, you have team. I'm here, I'm your research coordinator. As soon as the doctor leaves the room, I'll say, hey, did you understand everything he said, or did you understand everything she said? And that's your opportunity to get rid of the jitters, to get rid of the, I see the doctor in the white coat. I don't want to ask anything to feel like I'm saying something silly. You can call me or email me, and I'm there to answer any questions that you have.
With the research coordinator, she keeps up with my medicine for me, which, you know, like if you're busy, a lot of times you lose track. But if I have anything going on as far as appointments, she'll make sure that I get it. She's just there.
The decision to go on a clinical trial is a personal one, and women should not feel pressured about it. Doctors and their staff urge patients to ask questions and bring family or friends into the discussions.
This is a complicated decision, and you should take time to ask questions of your physician, of the research coordinators, and also to review all of this information with your family.
What moved me the most to make the decision to go into the study was the sincerity of the medical staff. I felt a lot of warmth from them. I felt they wanted me to get better, that I wasn't just going to be this number to them.
I don't think I've ever asked why me. I'm just more like, why not me? You know, maybe God is using me to help someone.
I felt better and better with every visit that I came to get chemo, that, hey, you know, I'm adding to the study, and I said, as long as I get better, I'm going to help someone else get better.